Hi, I'm Meera. I'm an Ishaya monk, and originally I trained to be a graphic designer, and I'm also a mum with 2 children, and I live in the UK near London. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about surrender. For me, being an Ishaya monk, surrender has become a huge part of my life. And it's interesting actually, because surrender used to be this thing I really didn't want to do, because it almost felt like I was always having to give in to somebody else. There was so much controlling happening in my life for myself and the people around me. So actually, yeah, it was like I didn't want to wave the white flag. I wanted to actually do everything myself. There was a sense of the controller in me that needed to get everything right. I was an absolute perfectionist, still am occasionally. I had such strong ideas about everything, and it was like I was contained in a box. I had to get everything right. I had to keep everybody around me happy. And I really didn't ever want to be wrong. I had a really, really strong need to be right, because my whole identity was wrapped up in that, Through exploring with surrender, it's allowed an awful lot more gentleness into my experience. And surrender it's not really something you do, and you cannot surrender from the mind. I know, I've tried. It's absolutely impossible, and really surrendering is letting go into the fullest version of yourself, into the real you, which is devoid of thought actually. There's this radiant awareness that we all are, and when we rest back into that experience, then surrender, is our natural state of being. And it's so easy to do that. There isn't anything you have to try to do. There's nothing you have to think about. Really, it's just about being present in this moment. And it's so simple to do that, like just to stop for a moment, like right now, and just notice what you're aware of. Simply notice it. And within that experience, you just open up into the surrendered state. Surrender is a really close topic to me, and it became such an important part of my life, and it's a thing that allows much more richness into my life. So I decided that I'd write a book about it, and really the book was written through me. It wasn't something I contrived. There's a lot in there about my own experiences and how surrender has actually played out in my life, and all the different ways that we do control, because we miss some of them, we don't recognise all of them. So yeah, I shared all about this in many different ways in a book that I wrote about surrender called Surrender is Good for the Soul. So I think there'll be a link somewhere in the description for this video if you want to check that book out on Amazon. You can usually read the first bit. And I just invite you to play with surrender in your own life, see how that can look for you, see how many little ways that you are resisting, that you're holding on, that you're controlling and wanting something to be different than it is right now. Because actually change happens much more readily when you accept how things are, and then there's almost an empowerment in the surrender that enables you to maybe say the things that you didn't want to say. Surrender is not a passive state. So it's a beautiful thing to explore if you choose to do so in your own life. So thank you.